Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel like always. And you obviously clicked on it because you want to know some more carrier deals. I'm going to do a little segment where I do each video talking about different carriers. I already did Metro. So for you guys that are interested in that, I talked about the Pixel and some of the plans earlier this month, as a matter of fact. So today we're doing Cricket. Now, granted, I am not an advocate for any of these companies. I'm not saying that you should go to Cricket. I'll give you reasons why you should and why you shouldn't. It all depends on your lifestyle. Now, personally, I like Metro. I like the T-Mobile network. It works very well for me, especially at work, because I work in a state building. And, I'm very open about what I do for a living. So I need to be able to upload videos and do things while I'm at work. I use my phone primarily for work also, so the network just works out for me. But for Cricket, they do use the AT&T network, of course. The megabyte speeds varies. I think the maximum amount of megabyte speeds that they allow you to get is like 8 megabytes or something like that. Maybe it changed since the last time I've been with Cricket, but they have very, in my opinion, mediocre speeds, especially if you're a YouTuber or a vlogger or something. If you have internet at home, you're going to have to probably upload things at home because 8 megabytes is not fast. That's the maximum that they allowed before. Metro's was substantially faster on a regular basis. It just can be a little inconsistent depending on where you live. So anyway, here's some of the phone deals. You can get the Moto G Stylus 2022 for $0. If we're being honest, let me just click on this one to make sure it's the right one, because there are different ones. Here's the thing about this. This is not, I'm not sure if this is the 5G one, because normally it says 5G with it. So let me just look at features right here. Processor, camera, 5,000 millihertz battery. I'm assuming that this is like a Snapdragon or something. I forget their processor, or MediaTek, one of the two, but 128 gigs internally, 6.8 full HD display. I'm not sure if this is the one that's 120 hertz, but the point is that Cricket does have some deals if you decide you want to go to them. It's like some people don't like Metro and they like the AT&T network. So if you're doing, here we go, Moto G, oh no, that's 5G, that's something else. Here it is, Moto G Stylus 5G 2022. So if you see this one that says Moto G Stylus, don't bother buying that. The Moto G Stylus 5G 2022 is faster, it's bigger, it has a better processor. I believe the camera is a little bit better. I could be wrong about that, but the point is that this is just a better phone overall, and it's one of the best phones that you can get in the prepaid market in terms of carriers. Now, obviously, a S21 FE, technically that's, I don't really consider that mid-tier. That does have a higher end processor inside of it. So for the guys out there that's looking for something that can rival an iPhone in terms of processor and camera, the S21 FE 5G is definitely an option. Though, again, when I compare it to Metro, this phone is like, I think $49 or $100 for porting under Metro. It's much, much cheaper. But the problem is that Cricket will probably have theirs, while Metro's is more so an online thing, or whatever stores carry it, because they're trying to replace it with the A54 5G. So kind of be aware of that. They do have some iPhones, not many iPhone deals outside of the iPhone 11, which is $99 right here for porting. So if you have a number, you're coming from AT&T or Verizon, I'm sorry, not AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Simple Mobile, as long as it's using the T-Mobile network, as long as it's not using AT&T, you will get those carrier deals. So be aware of that. The A54 5G, which is the phone that I previously had, I actually reviewed it on this channel right here, but I ended up switching over to the Pixel because Metro gives you a Pixel for $49 or free for switching. The phone is actually $199 under Cricket. So I know some people are probably wondering why phones cost so much more under Cricket. I am a firm believer that AT&T feels like, and it's just my personal opinion, that they're better than what they actually are. I mean, back in the day, AT&T and Verizon were definitely the top companies, but as of recent years, they've been like mediocre in my opinion compared to like T-Mobile. It's like everyone's on a playing field, level playing field outside of Boost Mobile. They're the worst company ever, but everyone else is on a equal playing field and they're all getting decent phones. It's just that when it comes to competitive pricing, you see stuff here like no one would pay $119 for a Moto G Play 2023. That makes no sense. Like I never understood why they charge so much money for some of the most mediocre phones that are normally free under any other carrier. So to give you an idea, only 32 gigs internally, 16 megapixel camera, horrible 6.5 inch screen. If you look at specs, it still has a huge battery, which is a good thing. It does have a 90 hertz refresh rate, but remember that Moto G Stylus 5G has a 120 hertz screen. Don't believe me? Let me go back and see if they actually put it up there. Moto G Stylus 2022. Let's see right here. Here we go. This guy right here should have, all right, 128 gigs internally, 50 megapixel camera, 6.8 bigger screen. It doesn't say it, but it should have 120 hertz. At least the Metro by T-Mobile one does. That's guaranteed because I had the phone. I got rid of it actually because it had some software issues. I'm going to be honest with you. I like Motorola, but they don't really give you any software updates. They don't really do anything in terms of OS or iOS or operating system updates at all. It's almost as if they make a phone and they abandon it and just make the next one for the next year. They're very bad with OS updates, and it's one of the reasons why I don't normally suggest their devices, because I'm just going to be honest, it seems like they generally do not care about the general populace. I have to be honest and say that. Anyway, with that being said scam caller, let's go over to the plans. So you see the deals. The main deals is mainly the Moto G Stylus 2022. There's no reason to go for the 5G one. The reason why this costs so much more is because it's an older phone. So what they do is, instead of just removing it from the website, Cricket for some reason still allows old ancient phones to be sold for some reason. I guess to get rid of the stock. But in reality, we won't be looking at that particular device. So with that being said, let's go over to the plans. And when I look at these plans, here we are right here. Make sure that everything is, yep, we're good right here. All right, so when I look at these plans, you have the $60 plan. You have a $55 plan. These are the true unlimited plans. So right here, it says the $55 plan actually has unlimited data, but it slows down after a data cap. Now, the 60 says unlimited premium. So I'm guessing that this will probably get, I guess, priority over the other plans. It does come with 15 gigs of hotspot. Apparently, it comes with app supported plan included. I'm not sure what max is. 150 gigabytes cloud storage. So I don't know what Cricket's cloud storage is personally, but I know that Metro's gives you the Google one. And if you're an iPhone user, don't let anyone tell you that you can't use it. You can. You could just download the Google app and sign into whatever email you set it up with, and you can still back up your photos even while being an Apple user. I know a lot of people don't tell you that because they try to keep things on the same ecosystem, but I have a Apple backup and I have a Google backup just in case I swap between devices so that I can flawlessly have all my pictures and videos and things like that. Also, all those plans, well, these first two plans come with Canada. I'm purposely skipping this one. We'll get to the crappy plans later. But 60 per line. Now, when you set up more people on these plans, the bill does get a little bit cheaper, which we're going to discuss in a second. So the main difference is that the $55 plan, which is only a $5 difference, comes with 10 gigs instead of 15 gigs of hotspot. Just so you know, the hotspot, I checked it. Let me see if it pops up right here. Excuse me. Oops, I didn't even do that. All right, well, that's fine. I'll just explain it to you. The hotspot, when you use the 15 gigs up of hotspot, you will go 2G or speeds or so. So I think it's like 128 kilobytes. So when I did the math on that and looked it up online, we're looking at, you're getting speeds of 0.128 megabit per second. Sorry. So you're not getting any good speeds at all when you use up all your hotspot. Now, the $40 plan and the $30 plan come with 5 gigs of hotspot. A 10 gigabyte plan come with $40. Now, I will say that if you call Metro by T-Mobile, their customer service, they won't be doing this forever. So this is mainly for customers that already have Metro. Let's say you have one line and you're paying $60 a month or $40 or $50. You can get a $25 unlimited plan. I have 2 of those for my lines, and I'm paying basically $53 a month for 2 unlimited lines and insurance on my, what's this phone called? The Pixel 6a. So kind of be aware of that. Now for this right here, and that's Metro, but for this right here, 10 gigabyte plan, $40, doesn't come with much of anything. Auto pay knocks down $5. There's no auto pay for the $30 plan, and this comes with 5 gig plan. So again, I don't know who would really use 5 gigs. I guess it's for a person that just wants talk and text and just the occasional internet to check an email or something like that, because phones tend to use data in the background even when you're doing nothing, especially with software updates and things like that. And that's going to pretty much use up all your data. So with that being said, let's look at how much it is for 2 lines. So for 2 lines, $90 for 2 lines that also have 15 gigs of hotspot, not bad. $80 for the the $50 plan. Wait, no, 55 for this one. I'm sorry. Yeah, 55 for that one. 60 for this one. Let me just double check. Yep, 55. Okay. So 2 lines is 80. Honestly, at this point, the 10 gigabyte plan one just doesn't really make any sense. It's obsolete to me. I can understand the 5 gigabyte plan because, again, you're trying to save some money, but you're not really it's a $10 difference. Now, this is where it starts jumping. So if we go to 3 lines, you're getting 3 lines for $90 with the $55 plan. 3 lines. Remember, if you start on that one. This one gives you 5 gigs of hotspot and some extra features that you may or may not need. $110, $90 for the... Again, the 10 gig plan is a waste of time if you have more than 2 people on your plan. There's no point. You're better off just sticking with the 55 and the $60 plan if you're doing multiple people. So, we're about to jump up again. 4 lines, you get 100. 110 for this one, 120. So the best value is 4 lines for the $55 plan. You may ask yourself, well, why are they doing that? It's 4 for 100. Metro did it. Cricket did it for a while. It's like a grandfathered in type plan where it's 4 people for $100. That's the most popular plan under probably most carriers or most companies, especially if you don't care too deeply about the hotspot. So now you're going to 130 just for 4 lines. And so the last one is going to be 5 lines for 160, 125, which isn't bad. As a matter of fact, when I was T-Mobile, I was paying 150 for 2 lines. Just 2 lines. And the 3rd line would have been free, but they have this scam. I call it a scam. It's not really a scam, but I call it. Let me explain it. I'll tell you why. With T-Mobile, if you activate that line, that 3rd line immediately after adding a line, then you get that line free for life or whatever. You can't get it if you don't do it the same day, allegedly. The plan always changes constantly each week, so I was just like, if I call it scammy. But anyway, the point is that, you know, I'm not going to say that these plans are not affordable. It's just more of a situation where you have to understand what it is that you're paying for before you get into it. Because again, Metro's plans also change. They're actually a little bit more expensive than Cricket's until you start bundling more people into it, and then the bill goes lower based on the amount of people that you have. And again, I don't know how the MRC works for this, but I know that if you do, when they bundle more plans, the other plans, even though they're cheaper, are still considered $60 plans. So I guess that helps the company out somehow to retain customers. I'm not too sure. But anyway, that's pretty much the video. I just wanted to show you guys some of the phones that they offered. Let me also say right now that Cricket does not have any tablet plans whatsoever. None. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. They do have data plans, though, which allows you to have internet. But if we're being completely honest here, I don't believe it's unlimited. I think the data plans are pretty much garbage, and you're not getting truly unlimited data. You'll get a certain amount of gigabytes, which is weird to me, especially given the fact that phones get unlimited. But you pay more money for these selected devices just to give you a certain amount of data, and it's not even unlimited. Like, you're better off just having an extra phone around with hotspot on it, if that's the case. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to let you guys know what you'd be getting yourself into if you switch to these companies. I do believe Cricket has activation fees for either $20 or $25. That's like the standard now across companies. They do have customer service. I know that when you sign up for service, they make you a PIN. So in order to even pay your bill and store and stuff, you need to know the PIN code, and I think something sent to your phone. Like they try to make sure that there's no theft going on the accounts. That's what they're trying to do. But outside of that, it's not a horrible company. When I compare it to Metro, it is, because Metro does have 24-hour customer service. At least they used to. I believe they still do. Or if they changed it, they changed it. But they also have, you know, when you add features or remove a feature from the account, like a phone number or something, depending on the customer service rep, a lot of times they add the difference to your account, so you get a credit from when you cancel something because you already paid for it. Again, it depends on the rep under Metro. Cricket's a different story. Someone in Jerusalem's picking up the phone. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's really up to you as a person that, listen, if you do talk and text. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more thing I wanted to add. With Cricket, what I did notice that it seems like they optimized the video experience, where I noticed that when you're using YouTube or Netflix, whatever it is, it seems to flow pretty well. Even though the megabyte speeds are slow for downloads and uploads, it seems like when it comes to just streaming stuff, they did a pretty good job of just making it not a flawless experience, but very, very good. I'll give them that. But that's all I'll give them. I'm not a Cricket person. I just wanted to kind of do this to let you guys know of the different opportunities. You might not like Metro. And so you say, well, you know what, Ian, I don't like Metro. I want to plan under Cricket. I want a particular phone. And these are the phones. And like I said, the only one I would suggest is the iPhone 11, which would be brand new. And you'll have 60 days to either add insurance through Apple or Cricket. I don't know Cricket's prices, but for the insurance I'm talking about. Moto G Stylus 2022. This is a pretty decent phone. Faulty software, but the phone is pretty decent. So, you know, understand that I personally wouldn't say get this unless you want something free, because some people love Motorola. But I do understand that, again, these are the type of phones that you buy once a year for software updates to keep up with it, versus something like the A54 5G, which is $199. This guy will receive about 3 to 4 years or so worth of software updates and OS updates. I think 3 years of OS updates. So you'll be Android like 15 by the time, or 16 by the time you need a new phone. As long as it's not overloaded and running too slow and dropped all the time. People don't take care of their stuff. But anyway, that's the video. Like always, like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.